Way to go, Chris. Ladies and gentlemen,
so
boys and girls, thank you.
Pinkies up. Pinkies up. When you drink Coors Light, you need the pinkies up.
Thanks for interrupting me, but we're gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go.
They hear the same spiel every time, Peter.
Yeah. What? That's the podcast.
I don't think they realize. I don't think you've listened to the last 7 episodes. I've interrupted every single time.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's in my journal. It's in my journal. It's in my journal. I write about it all the time. You know, I'd like to get my.
Let me get another crack at it. Let me get one more. There we go. There we go.
Oh, double
all right,
fist
now you can start.
Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Thank you again for joining us here on a.
There should be no boys and girls listen to this.
God, fuck, why? Why?
Okay, we're gonna try this again. We're going for 3. We're gonna repeat it.
Can we just stop?
No.
Start the beginning?
You know what's the best? All right, so we're gonna go into a side note here, and then we're gonna come back because
We're going to diverge completely away from the podcast.
We're going off on a tangent real quick.
because I'm not smart enough to come back to this if we just keep going. Bobby Lee's podcast, Tiger Belly, the beginning when he gets off track is some of the best podcasting there is when he's trying to do the beginning.
I hate it.
Oh yeah,
I hate it every time because he goes to the guest. He goes, "Don't talk until I introduce you."
Yeah.
And then he'll go off on this tangent, and it's so disrespectful.
Hey, Joe,
He's
don't
such
talk
a-
until we're done here.
Okay, thank you. Give me a second here, Joe. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us here on a wonderful Saturday night. If you're checking out our Instagram, you'll see how much liquor is on the table tonight. We definitely have a fun one.
Surprisingly more than last week.
Yeah, which is crazy, but we do have one extra.
I heard it was a challenge. It was a challenge from last week.
Yeah. I don't know if you could fit any more alcohol on this table.
Gauntlet was dropped.
I'm just going to bring the whole cabinet out here next week.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, check us out on podcast S&P for Instagram and Twitter. You can reach us at the S&P podcast at gmail.com. We're working on the website.
And we're finally on the YouTube!
So everybody keep their P's and Q's today.
It sounded like you forgot the address halfway through that.
No, I just know where I was going with it. Just check us out on Instagram and Twitter at podcast S&P. We've got a ton of content. We're having a bunch of fun with this.
Tell them where they can find us on YouTubes now.
And yes, thank you, Chris. The YouTube is going to be Saturday Night Pregame Podcast, I believe, right? Joe? What do you think it's going to be? I would just YouTube like the Saturday Night Pregame Podcast.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any video yet. We're thinking probably if we get to 1 year, we'll start doing a video. Chris and Pat, they're these guys.
I can't look at Pat. He keeps laughing at my
These
stupid
guys.
comment.
He tapped you on the shoulder.
Oh, brother. It's going to be a good one, ladies.
I haven't had
and
any
gentlemen.
alcohol yet, even.
So yeah, that's the business. Oh, and I want to thank DLM Tax and Accounting. Again, they have sponsored this podcast from the start. They enjoy our content. If you're looking for it, we're in August. We're getting down to close to the last quarter of the year, and if you're looking for a new tax accountant, now is the time to start looking. And DLM Tax and Accounting are some of the best. You're not going to find better customer service and guys that know what they're doing. You can reach them at admin@dlmholdings.com. .net, sorry. I knew it was wrong. .net. So admin@dlmholdings.net.
I'm not paying attention, Pierre. Looks right at me. I'm like,
Or you can reach them you can check them out at dlmtax.com. Again, if you're looking for a new accountant or if you're, a consultant starting a business, they can help you out. And reach out to our sponsors because it's the only reason we're doing this podcast. Boys, now that the business is out of the way and we can finally get into some whiskey here, I think we should start. We got a lot on the table, but let's start.
I think we should start with the premise of
premise.
why we're doing
Okay,
this.
so
And then get into it.
Actually, so I've had a lot of people come up to me, and Pat just randomly, great idea, bring some bright ideas to the podcast. Said, let's do a whiskey tasting. And I was like, that's a great idea because Lauren, and I've had a lot of people actually come up to me, so what's your favorite whiskey? Could you even tell the difference?
That happened to me once at the Binny's downtown.
Yeah.
I was going in real quick, and a guy goes, "What do you recommend?" And I was like,
Coors Light.
I should know this given the
Amount of whiskey
copious amounts of whiskey that we've had so far.
And and I was like, you know what, we should do a blind tasting. And Pat brought it up, and I was like, that's the greatest idea ever. Pat has had the house to himself, so he's got some time to think.
Well, there's only so much laptop time you can do. You gotta have some other creative outlets.
Only so many candles you
You
can light.
do laptop time, and then no one else is home, so you do a little big screen time on the TV. You do the tubes through the TV.
And then you got the laptop and the TV
Yeah.
going.
This room might be a hazard zone. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
You know what? I haven't seen your cats. I think they're pretty shot.
One's right there.
He's just sticking to the wall.
Yeah. So
Can't move.
and listen, we haven't had the team together. We haven't had the group together in 3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah.
This,
Because last week
it-
I was out. The
I
week
was out
before
last
that,
week.
I was out.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. It feels good to be. It feels.
Peter wants
so
to take a break
good.
anytime. The
Reunited?
Reunited and it feels so good.
We're on YouTube. We're on YouTube now. We're on YouTube now. We can't.
You
We
can-
can't.
no,
leave.
you can sing-
You can sing it. You can't play it.
Listen, I've gone through the guidelines. I'm making sure.
Okay,
we're-
but nonetheless, nobody wants to hear that.
Oh, but it feels so good. Reunited and it feels.
Don't touch me.
All right, so I can give the whole premise on this. So I picked 6 bottles of whiskey that I have for my collection.
Yep.
We've tried all these. So I have the Penelope Bourbon, the Angel's Envy, the Weller 12-year Reserve, the Blanton's Original, Henry McKenna 10-year, and an Eagle Rare whiskey.
So we're drinking 3.
So I have 6 bottles on the table to narrow the selection down for the guys to choose from. From that, I poured 3
Boom, boom.
blindly, and then we're going to taste each one, and they're going to rank them, which one they like the best, and then I will try to guess which one is which.
Guaranteed, Pat chose Penelope, Angel's Envy, and Eagle Rare because he's not wasting his Weller blend. Guaranteed.
It's actually all fistful of bourbons. Every single one of these is fistful of
No,
bourbons.
it's that brandy garbage we got from Joe from
It's a Costco scotch.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
all
yeah.
fake, except my other real ones. You guys have all fake ones.
And this also kind of ties into, if you haven't watched the second episode of the whiskey or Pappy Gate
Gates.
is unbelievable. It is so good. Chris told me last week, and I was like, oh, I wish we would have. But I was like, you know what? I don't want to just. Have
Are we
Chris-
doing the spoilers on this? Are we spoiler in it?
Oh yeah, if you haven't watched it yet and you're listening to this podcast, stop, go watch it, come back.
I mean, the
but
fact
you better
that,
come back.
The fact that the guy went to jail and it wasn't really him that stole the majority of the whiskey.
Yeah.
was quite the bombshell.
Well, yeah, but let's go into the whiskey and then we'll talk about that episode. But that's the and another reason, Pat, is why was in the first episode they were selling Wild Turkey, right?
Yep.
As Pappy, as Eagle Rare, as like some really,
Any good whiskey you wanted to call it.
yes, and that's what they were putting on because no one. And,
Because they couldn't, they marked off the
They
barrels,
blacked
they
out
couldn't
the
tell
stamp,
what it
yeah.
was.
yeah.
Nobody
So,
can tell the difference.
All right, which one do you guys want to try first? Pat, you want to?
So for you two, this one is equivalent to the little glass.
This tiny one right here.
So this is okay.
Okay.
This has got a to me, it's got a sweeter smell to it.
I smell
Smells like
whiskey.
smells like bourbon to me.
I smell smoke.
This is sweeter.
So
So
bits
that-
of berry.
So you got that big nostril, so you better getting some good smells in there.
Joe's taking it through his nose.
Yeah. Joe, you don't want that's gonna burn so bad.
Yeah, I literally, as soon as I got my nose in there, it already started to hurt. Now, if I take a,
So should we try
if
all-
I take a whiff right now, I mean,
So should we try all 3 and then rank them, and then go? Then
Yeah.
I'll develop what it is.
or do you want to? Should we taste them? Take a guess at what it is.
Well, I think because it can narrow it down. Like if I say this one is X, you'll have 5
No.
So,
Sorry.
Yeah, maybe
we
we
can
don't.
deliberate amongst the 3 of us
Yeah.
though and
Okay,
say
sure.
which is which.
What should we think?
I gotta take a test.
The problem is, I don't remember Angel Envy as much.
I think we should rank the 3 and then do the guessing of which one's which.
Okay,
I think this is Penelope, to be honest.
me too. I think it's because it's sweeter. And I remember Penelope being very sweet.
Can I see this bottle real quick?
The blends?
And,
Yeah,
and
I
Joe's
don't
looking at the
remember.
Blatons. All right,
Which is a Buffalo Trace one.
yes it is.
Joe, you can't
so
pop
is
the
the-
thing and smell it and then
No,
smell
no,
your
no. I
whiskey.
don't plan on
That's
doing
cheating.
You cannot taste the whiskey from the bottle either.
that. I'm
I'm
trying
not
to.
gonna lie. I feel like a few of these have been pretty wasted. Like last week when we got down to that whiskey, I was pretty toasted. Like
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I would-
To
I-
be
but I do
fair,
remember
that
it was
wasn't-
honey and vanilla.
It wasn't like
it was still good whiskey.
it was.
All right, which
yeah.
one are we doing? Wait, are we finished? We're not rocking these.
I mean, we're not
Or-
sipping through all of. Well, maybe
You can do whatever you
Chris,
like.
Chris is a man.
Yeah,
Chris
man
is
among
man.
boys.
Yeah.
Oh, I apologize.
I finished mine in solidarity, Chris.
Okay, well, I don't want to be the only. I don't want to be the only free gamer.
So good when it hits the lips, you know.
Listen, I'm keeping my palate clean.
I mean, you can put some ice in there too if you like, Joseph.
Yeah, I would love that.
Hey, get on.
No one's gonna fret you here.
Get on up. Get on
Chris
up.
is the manly one. I'm somewhere in between, and you guys
No,
like.
no,
that's
no, no.
cool.
We talked about this last week. The way to have your whiskey is how
Is
you
the
like
way
your
you
whiskey.
like it.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just joking with you guys.
Don't you? Because now you got guys out here who are trying to find. some
Don't
good
you
whiskey.
shame me!
Yeah.
Don't you? I will cancel you on the
Why
internet.
do you sound like an old woman?
I don't know you. That's my purse.
The best part is last week. So if you haven't listened to episode 44,
It's not the best one. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Not
it was
the best
a
one.
great episode. It was me, Joe, and Chris. And if you are a new listener, I didn't say this in the beginning. If you're new, thank you for checking us out. If you're coming back time and time again, we can't thank you enough. But 44 was a fun one, and the best part is when we were talking about Katrina in Philadelphia and Joe's voice for Katrina.
Yeah, it was pretty spot on.
It was so spot on.
I don't even remember this.
Listen to the podcast.
I
Joe,
guess, yeah. I don't.
I don't
okay.
remember- I don't remember
So
the
do
other
we
side.
want? So wait. So sorry, go ahead, Joe.
No.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So
Do we try and rank them then guess?
okay.
Okay.
So, but we don't have any more to go back to taste this one. So,
So you might want to.
and this one, I'm thinking this is Penelope. I'm going to be honest with the other one. All right, so we'll go. Which one's this one, Pat?
Which one is it?
No. I'm sorry. I don't want to answer, but which one for them? So we're all tasting the same
The
one.
same.
Oh,
Yeah.
these ones match. Like
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
I just didn't have four of the other kind. Like all like the Chicago Wrigley glasses are one type. All the Kirby things are one type as well.
Okay, mine's pretty watered down at this point.
My ice doesn't touch the.
Turn the-
Oh, it's not
Yeah,
ice
a little bit.
Then turn the ice cube.
This is a light one.
Chris looks very contemplating life
This
right
tastes like Blanton's to me at this point. I remember Blanton's being not the greatest, and
I
was not a fan of Blanton's.
I was gonna guess either that or Eagle Rare because
Yeah.
it's got that.
Well,
like,
the 12 year
strong-
too, because 12 year's got a little bit of smoke to it.
These are both very smoky.
It might be the 12 year. I know it's I definitely know it's one of these three. Because I know that McKenna has a
now.
better.
Hero has knocked it down to half of them.
Yeah, half of them. Yeah, it's true. Three. I don't
I
know.
was in between these three, but I know it's not.
It's a little more challenging
I
than I
like-
thought it'd
that-
be, right?
I thought McKenna. I'm pretty sure McKenna's got more of a bite to it. So,
We'd like to move on to the third one.
yeah, let's go on to the
Yeah,
third
yeah.
one.
Let's do it.
So we're not wasting people's air time here.
This one doesn't have a fucking goddamn smell to it.
This
It
one has
doesn't.
no smell
Oh.
to it.
Oh. So this is not taking well on with the ice. A lot of dead air here.
So let's rank them.
Yep. Oh, I don't like this at all.
So for me,
How was this one for you?
This is like the
This-
mildest of all of them.
Is it
It's a
flat?
weird-
Or is it flat to you?
If I had to guess, that was Angel's Envy. Only because
Fuck, I don't remember. Angel.
I don't remember Angel's Envy. I already cussed too. Yeah.
Okay, well.
I dropped an F
So where are we at? I can get on YouTube and I can't handle it.
12 minutes.
Ah! Son
Yes!
of a gun!
I already dropped an F-bomb like very early on.
Sam Big and son of a guns. Okay. So yeah, let's get this in this one more time.
and Chris, you want to go first in ranking them, Chris?
I think this is taking too much of the ice for me.
Then would you like dump it out and give you a
Can you go a little left? Can I take a little
Yeah,
sip of that?
absolutely.
Thank
That's-
you.
It really.
Ooh, that might be the McKenna. That's pretty hot. Yeah,
You think that might be the McKenna?
that's hot.
Well, let's rank them first and see which ones you guys like the best.
Okay. Well, again, I know what I like. This is Penelope, and I've loved Penelope. That's
So
definitely
Peter's going little glass top.
That's definitely McKenna, Chris. That's hot.
So you're
That's-
going. Which one are you going second, Peter?
I think I effed up on this one. I put this big ice cube in here, and the ice cube's kind of got some freeze burn.
It really didn't change much to it. I don't feel like.
Okay, but yeah, man, I think I'm gonna have to go two. I'm gonna have to go two. So it's 1, so 2, 3, and I know this
Okay.
is McKenna, and I like it, but
Okay, Chris.
This is my least favorite.
So Chris is going the little glass least favorite.
so the Penelope you didn't like it all,
And,
huh?
assuming it is.
I
Penelope.
no, I like Penelope. Don't get me wrong. Like, but
Yeah.
out of the three, it was my
Okay,
least
sorry.
favorite. I like something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
real-
something.
No,
that-
yeah,
that's
I
something to
shouldn't
say.
have questioned it. I
That's something to
apologize.
say too.
I
Just because
apologize.
you rank
Also,
one
you
better
also
than
you
the other
don't
No,
also
no,
you
you
don't
don't.
know that it is Penelope.
Yeah, but
it's
just
true.
because you rank one better than the other doesn't
No,
mean that
you're
they
right.
that they're.
I didn't mean to jump in on
But I agree with Peter. I think it is Penelope. But I don't. I like Penelope. It's a real toughie between these
I'm
two.
kind of I'm the same way between these two. I'm kind of tied. I think I'm gonna go in the order I drank them. This one first, this one second, this one third.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Exactly. I feel
Yeah,
the
let's
same.
rank 'em.
In
Okay.
the orders that we drank them.
I'm in
I'm
a
gonna
conundrum
go.
here.
But
I'm gonna go with the one in the Cubs glass, but this is a close second.
Okay, I can rank the ones still because I know which one they're. But I'm gonna rank them. I go middle glass, which is the round curvy glass, my top one here.
Yep.
I'm going little glass second, and this one third.
Okay.
Would you guys like to make your final guesses on which one is the little glass?
First
Penelope.
one, Penelope.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Penelope for Joe.
Yeah. Same thing.
Penelope all around.
Yeah.
It is Henry McKenna.
Really?
Yes.
That was nice and sweet.
Yeah. Wow.
That was I'm glad because that was my favorite one.
Me too.
And
I've always liked Henry. Wow, that's crazy. I haven't had Henry in a while either. So
That is
okay. Let's have
first
it.
one,
Wow.
which is great because that's literally the one that we
Yes, we have a ton of
celebrated
bottles.
the most.
Yeah.
So who wants to guess on the second one now? The Kirby glass.
I-
So now you know it's not Henry McKenna.
I'm gonna go with Bland's.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with my original. I think it's the Eagle Rare. It's either in my head. It's either It's either I'm gonna go with Eagle Rare.
Chris is going Blanton for sure.
I'll
Joe
go
Eagle Rare.
Blend too.
It is Weller 12 year.
I knew it was one of those.
I was thinking,
It's in between
Smoky.
those two.
Yeah,
It's smoky.
So now you know the
Yeah.
third one is not Henry McKenna or Weller
This is
12
Angel
year.
Envy.
this has to be Angel.
This is Angel's Envy.
Yeah.
Or that one because I don't remember that one. The small one.
Could be. It could be blends. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Blends.
Angel's Envy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Eagle Rare just to be different from
He's
that.
like, I actually found a bottle of Pappies, and you guys are having Pappies. I'm gonna go. You know, I'm gonna go with Blanton's.
Blanton's.
Yeah.
It is Penelope.
Crap, I like Penelope out of all of them. And it,
So it is. We were 0 for 3 as a group here.
Yeah.
Wow. Really, this one is not good.
That's the Penelope.
Try that. That's. I think that's all ice cube. That's.
I'm gonna
You know what?
Yours is like this is all water pretty much.
Man, Penelope. Maybe we were really drunk every time we've had Penelope. Because that's a lot hotter than I remember.
Hey, it could be a perception thing.
But then,
too, man.
I mean, McKenna. You're never gonna find McKenna, and it is one of the best.
I'm glad we ranked McKenna first.
Yeah.
Given
I ranked
I mean,
it last
I
because it
would-
was too sweet for me.
I would drink all of these to be honest. Like these are all.
None of them are bad.
No. The Weller's not is much better than I remember.
The Weller had a strong bite. That's why I thought.
But I
it was
did
the
get
Eagle
Weller.
Rare.
Damn, Chris
That
McGraw
was
ain't doing
straight up-
taxes tomorrow, baby.
Straight up.
Yeah.
I thought it was like straight up.
I don't remember the Blantons as well. Like I don't remember
Blanton's
Angel.
at all.
Yeah.
I don't remember Angel.
So we can give this a shot down the road again.
Yeah.
I'll pick some different ones.
Because we have a ton
Yeah.
of whiskeys.
This is fun.
That's awesome. So listen, check out our Instagram. You're gonna see all the bottles we have up here. You'll see the glasses that we drink. Let us know. Hey, reach out.
Your Penelope was not. It was watered down.
Yeah, it was not good. So that's maybe why I didn't.
That was the issue with like the first sip of it. Like it did not.
Yeah, it tastes like water.
It tasted like water, and it was like, this is not. I don't know what the hell this is.
But so yeah, check out the podcast S&P on Instagram and Twitter. You can take a look and let us know. Let us know what your favorite whiskey is, and we'll definitely we're gonna keep trying them. So hopefully we can find some. McKenna was a insane find by Chris McGraw before it went off the shelves, and you can never find it.
I have
again.
another bottle coming. That's a Heaven Hill, which is the same company that makes McKenna. It's a 7-year one, so we'll try that next week. probably.
Nice.
was that
Nice.
that bottle and bottle one you
Yeah.
showed me?
We
So I
did
got
have we had Joe's whiskey last week. That was
Redneck.
yes,
something.
right. It was you know how these are all single barrel. It
Yeah.
was 2-barrel, but
Okay.
it was actually pretty
What
good.
does 2-barrel mean?
It was one
Double-
barrel of
double.
something.
Oh, it's
and
like
then-
2 got mixed together.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was good. And then we do have some beers on the table. Let's probably should breathe a little bit before we get into the old beer skis. Do you guys have? So I have a pretty good.
So we're gonna talk about this heist.
Oh, that's a great idea. I was gonna go into grind my gears, but we should definitely do the heist. So again, the reason was why we did the whiskey tasting is because they were selling wild turkey, which I think none of us. I haven't had wild turkey actually.
I think wild turkey's pretty nasty.
I feel like
That's what I've heard too.
It's-
Yeah.
I feel like
I think
we had
there's
wild.
certain types of like wild
Yeah.
turkey where it's not too bad, and like I hear like it's a good like.
Is that the one McConaughey?
I think
Front
so.
plugs?
I think it's the one he plugs. I don't think it's as bad as you would think it is, but it's not like
It ain't bad. It ain't Pappy.
no. It's not like. I mean, it's like one of the mass-produced ones. So
Yeah.
it's not
How would
like-
you like to watch a documentary and feel like you realize you spent like $7,000 in a barrel of wild turkey?
Well, so let's get into it. It's crazy. First of all, is he got 15 years in jail for that. I I kind of get
But
it.
he served 30 days.
No, but I'm saying but if he has one parole violation, he's back in for 30 days. So like
He's back in for 30 days.
For 15 years. So and that doesn't end him for 15 years. So he has to be a perfect.
Was it? Normally when you go on like parole or something, they give you like 5 years, and if you're done,
I think it's usually. I think it's something like that.
I found that.
Like,
I wonder if that's a program that they call it shock. They call it shock.
yes, yeah, because they literally listed it out in the thing where he was.
Which is good because. Like,
But I wonder how often that. I wonder if it's in multiple states or is that just a Kentucky deal?
I'm
No,
shocked that they
gotta
gave
be.
him 15 years. I thought pay back what you
I thought-
stole.
Especially since they knew that the Pappy wasn't.
Reparations.
I was
pretty much.
thinking, given the crime, I'm like, this really. But then I thought, all right, the financial part of it. Because I was thinking, it's whiskey. Like, are you really
Right, $1 million
charge?
is kind of a lot of money.
But the financial part of it is where
This
they
is
could
Kentucky,
like.
bro. They take their
Oh,
they take their
you're
whiskey
probably right.
seriously.
You're probably very right.
But I mean, he also went to jail, and the other guy that they gave immunity to was the one who stole the majority of the liquor.
But the
18 to 20 cases.
he also went to hard prison, not like little you steal $1 million, you go to country.
That's why you
club
got to keep
prison.
your stuff under $50,000.
Is that?
I think it is. Yeah, I think the white collar crime. If you steal less than $50,000, you go to the low minimum security thing. Yeah.
But that's just. I mean, for this guy to, I think it's got to be.
Well, I think they should have just they should have made him pay back the losses that they had. Instead of.
But he doesn't have the money. He doesn't know.
$1 million.
I mean, he gets a job. You just keep garnishing it. Like he's gonna have to pay it back the rest of his life.
That'd be like Bernie Madoff sweeping floors. Be like, we're gonna dock him for the next 60 years.
But I mean, what's gonna cost you more?
Rest in peace,
Him giving you restitution,
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
or the taxpayers of Kentucky keeping him in prison.
Yeah, I mean, he's a non-violent offender,
Yeah.
and it's a crime that really, it affects the company, obviously.
yeah, the fact that he went to such a hardcore prison, it's like
That's what I was thinking.
send him to some blue collar.
He also was there for 30 years. That's why they call it the shock role. I think
Yeah.
you go there and you're kind of shocked, and they're like, "Hey, don't fuck up anymore."
Yeah. No, I know. And listen, and my problem is I'm watching Oz right now, which is not real.
He's like, "I go to jail for nobody."
No, I would have been singing like a canary, baby. Like his friends are like, no. Like the one guy rode around for he took the cops because they were tailing him, kind of fouling him. He took the cops all over Kentucky. Just
You know what's crazy though is the fact that you hear about how all these court cases get kind of dismissed on a technicality. And Grant, they had the thing, they had the tower and they had a service road, but then they just kind of walked onto his property, pulled the tarp back, and it's you didn't have a warrant to be on his property to search
Yeah, I
his
thought about
property.
that
They
too,
did
Chris.
that, and then they went and got a warrant.
yeah,
Yeah,
get
but
back.
in that type of thing, you would think somebody would have been like, "How'd you find out that he had this on his property?" Oh, well, we walked.
Also, they didn't have him. They had him for stealing wild turkey. They didn't have him for stealing anything from the Buffalo Trace
Yeah.
distillery.
Yeah, and the big thing was the steroids, man, dude. If they didn't catch him with the steroids, where would he? I mean, I don't think they would have had a real big case. The other thing was it was the safe. It was if they didn't didn't allow them,
safety.
if they didn't allow him
yeah.
into the safe,
Yeah.
they wouldn't because then he could have cleaned
Well, his phone was really did him in.
Yeah, that's true. But and his wife saved him because he was literally I watch police interrogations all the time. These guys get this guy he didn't think he was
Oh
really
yeah,
doing
his
it.
wife
Oh.
saved his ass.
Just stop talking right now. Get a lawyer.
And it sounds like she didn't divorce him either. She's just sticking it out.
yeah.
Yeah. Which is kind of weird because so you gotta imagine they're sleeping in separate rooms, they're not happy.
Well,
So
the question is, how much money did he bury somewhere? That he's like, "Hey, I got all this money buried, baby. Don't you worry."
oh, that's possible. You know.
Yeah, let's be honest. Do you think after he got arrested and all this happened, she kind of left the house? Do you think he's really told her "Hey, baby, you got all this money buried. Just wait 15 years." Nah, he's probably "I got all this money buried. She divorced my ass. I gotta tell her, and then I'm gonna restart."
No, I'm gonna tell you, I don't think he's smart enough to do the former.
You're probably right. He doesn't
But you
look
know,
like a
because they
smart guy.
stole $1 million, which is crazy.
No, he didn't.
Well,
he
and the
didn't steal
value
that
of it
much.
was $1 million.
But the other guy sold the majority of the liquor. The guy at the end, the guy that got out.
17 bottles of Pappy, right?
He sold 8 to 10 cases.
Oh, was it
Yeah.
really?
The other guy sold 8 to 10 cases.
Yeah.
Well,
he said I sold a case, and he's like, okay, actually it was 8
Yeah,
cases.
No, that was the best part. Yeah, he's like, literally, it couldn't have been more than 2. Okay, and they're like, this is it. This is all.
And you have immunity.
All right, maybe it was 6. It couldn't be more than 6. And they're like, bro. He's like, oh, okay, it was 17 cases, and it was
Yeah, he's they were missing 192 bottles.
The
which
other
was
guy was stealing bottles individually. This guy was stealing
Cases.
all day stealing shit.
which is I mean, which is crazy because like they showed this one guy walking. Like she looked at the dude. You had no idea.
But that's a reenactment, though.
Yeah, I know, but in that they were trying to give you that little clue, which is so they were trying to give you like the hey heads up, this is going on. Did you know that I haven't seen this movie yet, but the movie with Ryan Reynolds guy and he
Free Guy?
Yeah, Free Guy. They have a ton of like Easter eggs in there, and he was surprised by how much Disney would let him do it. So like now that
Disney movie?
Yeah. Well, I think it's it is. Yeah.
I don't think it's a Disney movie, but I think
it's made by Disney Studio.
Is it maybe
I don't know,
made?
that's-
No, because he was surprised by how much Disney let him get away with Easter egg wise.
I think he works with Disney now because of the whole Deadpool thing.
Yeah.
And so he's able to like squeeze some of that in there.
I know his wife's had 3 kids and she looks.
I think that was yours too. But
Muy bueno.
Okay.
It's ridiculous to think that lady had 3 kids.
His wife had 3 kids and she looks.
Blake
Yeah,
Lively.
Muy bueno.
She put out out a picture to promote his movie. Yeah.
If she's in the movie, I'll go see it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, she's a very attractive young lady. He was married to maybe he wasn't.
Scarlett Johansson.
And he dated Alanis Morissette before that.
Yeah, because he's Canadian.
Yep.
And so is Alanis Morissette.
Did she go? She's the one who went crazy.
No, she's
No.
she's the Jada. She's the one who's saying that. What's that song called?
I don't know. She was in Dogma.
She's saying that one.
Joe, you say movies.
What's the super angry white girl song? And I'm here to remind you that song. She wrote that
Keep
song.
going, Pat.
Why do you gotta make things so complicated?
To remind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still
You
like
went
that.
away.
Joe, go to the YouTube,
Not here.
look it up so we can play it and get kicked off
Yeah.
YouTube again.
Well, that was really popular in the late '90s. And
Yeah.
the angry white girl song, and that was her.
Okay.
The one about the guy from Full House.
Danny Turk? No, not
John
Oh,
Stamos.
Bob Saget.
No, the other guy.
John Stamos.
The uncle.
Dave
Joey.
Coulier.
Yes.
Oh
Wait,
yeah.
The song was about him.
What?
Was it really? Oh man,
I would've been like-
you guys are blowing my mind right now.
Yeah.
Still don't really know who this lady is.
We're gonna play it after the podcast. We
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
We can't get on the YouTubes. Hey, we can't get on the YouTube.
Hey, tell we're on the YouTubes.
Wow. This whole circle.
It
of
just
where
went
we are.
very yeah.
My mind has been blown by the fact that Dave Coulier has a song written by
There's a
Alanis Morissette.
line in it which you go down on you in a theater, like I did. It's one of the lines in that song.
Apparently they
What?
dated. They
The-
did not have a good breakup, and she wrote this song.
What
about
time
this
are we
guy.
at here?
We're at 27 minutes.
What in the fuck is going on?
We
right
already
now?
broke the YouTube.
All right.
Okay, so I need to look
Do you
up
not
my.
know who Alanis Morissette?
No, I have
No!
no idea.
She was like the most popular angry white girl in the late '90s.
I've never been an angry white girl. I'm sorry.
Listen, Joe, my angry,
You should know about angry white girls, Peter. You should know.
Pat, my angry white girl phase just goes to Kelly Clarkson and that one song that you were like,
this was pre Kelly Clarkson.
yeah.
Yeah.
That one song I started jamming out
Yeah,
to.
you
You're
should
like, wait,
know.
what?
Yeah, when Chris Regard starts belting out, you should.
I
should
feel like
know.
I could show you this, and you're not gonna recognize this lady anyway.
I feel like I'm looking for like a skinhead lady.
No, that's
Oh, you're thinking of
No,
Sinead
that's-
O'Connor.
Oh yes,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
That's who I keep thinking of. No, I definitely have no idea who that is.
This is fascinating.
But she dated Ryan Reynolds.
Her drummer was the guy
Yeah.
from the Foo Fighters drummer before he went to Foo Fighters was her drummer.
Wow.
We're not knowing that either.
You guys have such random knowledge. Like
Just-
Joe brings
Oh!
up movies.
I went
This-
to
It's insane.
so on Tuesday.
Literally, I can barely remember how to get home. Like you
I-
guys know things.
I-
that
Peter couldn't tell you which way
Here's-
the lake is right now.
Here's it's
No,
east.
it's
It's
east.
east.
I do know
East.
that.
I hate hearing
Yeah.
that. It's east. I don't know where the fuck east is, man. I don't know where I am right now.
Joe,
all right,
there's-
if I
there's
knew,
a compass in your
I
phone.
know.
So loud. right
There's
now.
a compass in your phone, Jeff.
We're so far away from everything.
And we're so
We were
loud.
on some whiskey stuff, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden we got on the Alanis
Joe,
Morissette
there's a compass. There you go.
going down on Dave Coulier in the fucking movie theater.
No, I think another line is like, when you scratch your nails in your back, you guys remember? You know this?
No, Pat.
You know this song. I
Why do
guess.
you know so many white angry girl songs?
You know, sometimes you date a
Yeah.
white girl
Okay.
who you've been dating for like 9 years. You know these songs, guys.
All right. I guess we're gonna have to.
We're out.
What happened to you two? What happened to you
Hey,
two?
text
What?
Lauren. Ask Lauren right now if she knows who Lance Morissette is.
I'm sure she does.
Yeah.
She's not very angry. I could see Katrina in a shower singing some angry white girl.
I hear,
comes
I hear her all the time like, damn it, Lance Morissette again. I gotta get the fuck
Yeah,
out.
coming out of
If
the
you're
shower,
doing text,
she opens the door, looks Pat dead in the soul of his eyes, and starts singing that song. Pat's like, fuck again.
Pat walks in the front door. He hears Alanis Morissette out. He's like, it's like that Homer Simpson, or no,
It's not Grandpa.
When
Hey,
Grandpa puts his hat down on the thing,
yeah.
and then he like grabs his hat and walks right back out.
Hey, Chris, what time we do Texas? Let's do it a little earlier today. Let's get out there a little earlier.
I'm gonna show up a good 16 hours before work today.
I'm just gonna sleep in the basement. I'll be there.
Yeah.
And that to say, Katrina again is out for the weekend, so she's she needed a break.
Living it up in
I
Nashville.
heard she's seeing it last site right now, maybe.
Dude, we gotta get to Nashville. I want to get to Miami. I want to get to Colorado.
Not the time to go to Miami, I don't think.
You know, oh yeah, it's a little. The Delta's a little.
The vid's a little hot in Florida right now.
I feel like all you're hearing about though are the people.
Joe
Like,
Rogan, yeah.
The people that are getting
it's hurricane
are the
season.
people who don't have that too. Yeah, you probably don't want to go to Miami for that reason.
Right, like
But
now
the
the end of
people-
the year is hurricane season.
But the people who are getting sick are the people who never got the vaccine.
Yeah, you know what's messed up? Joe Rogan was talking about this. The COVID death rates, they're all the numbers that they shoot at you are from that are still include all the way back to last March, not 2020.
Yeah.
So you're hearing like all these huge death
Right,
rates.
I have a glass
Well,
of water.
I will say the
I like how
one
you guys poured water into the glass I brought for the beer.
Don't worry, I can
the
work it.
one that I heard that was like
Mine is
wild
not
to me
filled.
was of the 230,000 new cases
Who would like some
of COVID, and maybe somehow related to the Delta variant,
some white too.
only
You're
1,300
gonna
were
put a little
people
bit
with
in there.
vaccines,
Yeah.
which is like such a small amount, but
A little
it
bit. And
it
you
does
could get
almost
some to
sound.
Peter.
That you guys sharing?
It sounds
Yeah, we're
like
Oh.
Here, Joe,
you know all
pour
these
yourself
people are
a
getting
little bit.
COVID.
Oh, you're not pouring yourself.
We're a fully vaccinated podcast here.
Yeah. Which, but we're also understanding of people who
Peter's
don't
got
want
herpes.
Yeah.
So.
I don't, not anymore.
Damn it, Joe, your herpes again?
Listen, man,
it's
that
not-
was
it's
way
not a-
before COVID.
It's
all
not,
right?
it's not a flare up. It's not a flare up, guys. Today.
No, and we're definitely, we believe in, at least
You
I'm
have
not
a
gonna say-
choice. Everybody has
yeah.
a choice. You're not forced to do it, but it's also like, don't go out there expecting.
Not to
Don't
get
go out to
COVID,
public and expect you to be fine, and you're not. Because now it's getting to the point where they're like, with the Delta stuff, they're like, the idea of herd mentality is becoming a dream. Like it may
Yeah,
not even be
they're-
possible.
I mean, pretty much what I thought was going to happen is happening now. That if you want to go anywhere and you ain't get vaccinated, you either got to get COVID test or you're negative, or you got to show your vaccine card. This is what's going to happen to any large scale event right now. They
I
have
mean,
in Walla, it's happening in New York, and
There was-
concerts and like.
But that- so
there was
that's
this
what I
guy.
thought.
There was this
Yeah.
guy printing COVID vaccine cards for people,
which is outrageous.
and ended up getting COVID vaccine or COVID.
It is so much easier to get the vaccine than fake a COVID card.
Yeah. Or
here-
get it for free. People are paying money for fake vaccine
Yes.
cards.
That's my thing is, but no, I didn't get that
Yeah,
stuff.
that's pretty dumb.
It's
That
really,
is
yeah,
pretty
that is
dumb.
really dumb.
Just get the vaccine for
Yeah.
free. But it's like
Yeah.
there's this mentality now that
The government's
there's
telling
so
you to
much
do it.
Joe, that's
Misinformation
because they're
out there.
putting
That's the
mind
issue.
control chips into the vaccine,
That's the
and
thing,
little
man.
robots are going to control your body.
I mean, is that why I started doing like breakdancing randomly?
Dude,
yeah,
So, like,
yeah.
5G is the new thing. We gotta have 5G everywhere. So
You're
everybody's
gonna
gotta
be-
have 5G.
you're going to be able to conduct your own 5G network because of the COVID vaccine.
That's not
5G,
true. We got T-Mobile,
these
Chris,
nuts.
and this shit sucks. Chris got 45 text messages today because of this bullshit.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm not conducting it.
You know what it is?
Chris, what?
Chris got injected with the vaccine, and that
This is why we
nanochip.
cannot start with whiskey.
The
Go ahead.
nanochip is stopping Chris from getting signals. This is what's going on
I'm
right
not
now.
getting any of it.
His
I
big ass head and the nanochip is stopping Chris from getting messages.
Why did we bring the big head? Okay,
He's right. My head's very
this is why
disproportionate
we
to
do
my
not
body.
do 3 glasses of whiskey like that. Like this is odd.
And it was a single shot. It was
You
not
have
a
a
double.
very proportional head.
That's huge.
Don't
We
listen
got
to
it.
Pat.
We got it.
Don't listen to this big
Can
bellied
we get
fuck
back to
over
the
here
vaccine?
talking about your nice head. All right. Don't let him do that to
It's
you.
very symmetrical.
We can use my head as a battering ram. Let's get past this point.
Kind of. It's like a good bowling ball shape. Like you would be good for like, you know how Homer did out of the cannon? You would be perfect for that. Okay, so can we get back to the vaccine? We're all vaccinated because we want to be out and about and we have family and we want to protect them. It's not in the case that we can really care for ourselves as much, but
Yeah.
but I also
Actually,
don't,
one of the nanochips is what I wanted.
I don't think the government. My personal
I just want
belief
to free
is
5G.
I,
Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
I don't believe the government should mandate it. That's where I get a little nervous, and that goes back to what I was
No, I
talking
mean,
about.
and they don't mandate.
Sometimes they do,
other
but they do have-
vaccines, right?
Yeah,
it's
they do.
normally,
Like school wise.
Like
but
polio.
that's the schools
CPS
that
That's
just-
true,
right?
yeah.
CPS
And I'm not
just-
trying to put it on anyone, but like, if a corporation or a business or a learning institute wants to mandate that, they're welcome to, and you don't have to use that.
Yes,
You can
that's what I'm
find
saying.
Another thing.
CPS just mandated that if you're not vaccinated by October 15th, teachers cannot go work in school.
Yeah.
I mean, there should be an alternate. Like,
Also, I
they
noticed
should maybe have to pay for the
since I got
COVID
the
test
shot
to make sure they're safe.
Yeah, since I got the shot, I do notice that my Wi-Fi network does go a little farther from the house. Is that normal?
Okay, that joke,
All right,
that
that
joke
was
was like
just- yeah.
5 minutes ago, and you were good.
No, that's not a joke. That's a serious thing.
But, like-
it's going like the end of the block now. It's kind of weird.
Okay, let's get off the vaccine stuff. Let's go back to. All right, so definitely never going to do 3 glasses of whiskey to start a podcast.
I think this is going well.
Yeah, it's a good first YouTube podcast.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna
Except
lie.
we're not gonna get paid for it because you guys cursed.
Yeah. So we got as a gift. We got
From a tax client.
some.
Easy.
Sorry.
We got some beer, and so we decided
next time.
we were.
Table's very packed.
It's a little crowded. We got some beers from a tax client, and we decided we're gonna try them on the podcast. And the first one is called Good Ship. It's from Foothills.
That was if
good
that
shit.
was in the first like 5 minutes. That would have been dangerously close to something like
it
shit.
sounded like shit.
Yeah.
It sounded like you said shit.
I can't. You guys done today? Can I get a
Gotta
work
enunciate the
over
P,
here?
pleader.
Good Ship.
People don't want to hear you talk.
Can you tap him on the shoulder again, please? It's really funny.
And it's by Foothills Brewing.
Fuck Pat Lynch.
And it is a wit
Belgian style.
with ginger, orange, turmeric, and coriander.
Okay, that
Wow.
explains why it
Yeah.
tastes ginger.
There's a lot going on
It's
there.
got turmeric in it, so it helps your liver.
Yes, it does. It really does. Well, you're supposed to share with Pat, but
Oh, you're Joe. Sorry.
Oh, my bad.
not
I didn't
that
think
you
it-
couldn't.
We're
share
keeping it in
with
the
us,
families
but I
here.
was trying to help.
We're
here.
keeping the vid in one
So
family.
Good Ship wit. Chris waves of ceramic
That was good
ginger.
shit.
I'm gonna kill this kid. It's
I
gonna
don't
happen.
know why you wouldn't.
On the podcast, this is gonna happen.
Hey, remember when Pat said it'd be a great idea to try 3 whiskeys,
Yeah.
blind taste test them, and you're like, great idea, Pat. That's your fault.
That's my fault.
That's your
you know
fault.
what? It's my fault.
Peter
I
said,
love
"Love
it.
the idea."
So Chris waves of ceramic.
I'm out. I'm done with this podcast. You guys are done. We're done. We're done.
Please.
So the Good Ship wit.
Still sounded like shit.
It's crisp waves of aromatic
There
ginger,
you go.
lime, and orange anchor. This light and refreshing beer spiced with turmeric and coriander. It is a 5.9% thing. It is from Foothills Brewing in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Nice.
I like it. I do
Yeah,
actually
no,
like
I
it.
do too.
Turmeric's supposed to be good for the body.
It's
Liver.
it's
Liver.
inflammation.
And your liver, yeah.
I take 2 pills every morning.
2?
Yeah.
Is that because the one I take is 1?
The one that I take says it just recommends 2 pills in the
Takes
morning.
two
It might be
smaller ones.
maybe it might be a smaller size.
Because I was doing 2. Okay, this is gonna sound dumb, but when I would go to bed at night, like after a long night of drinking, it was 2 turmeric and 2 ibuprofen because some of the issues with the hangover is inflammation.
Let me tell you
Yeah.
Of those 2, the ibuprofen's doing the work on that one.
No, but I take a turmeric every morning.
I take turmeric. Oh, I can have the rest. of it.
You may.
I take
Yeah, you can have the rest of that.
turmeric, and the one that I bought through Costco just recommends 2 for.
That's good. That's a
each
good move.
day.
Yeah.
I mean, it
What
could
did
be-
you
it
think
could be
of?
the 3 glasses of whiskey, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it could be the 3 glasses of whiskey.
I enjoyed it.
There might be a
This-
chance that we might have to not do golf and not be able to drive tonight.
This tastes very similar to Blue Moon, to me.
Yeah, the wit.
I don't quite
Yeah.
get the blue moon.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to
It's-
drive anywhere at this point. I'm gonna be honest with you. The 3 whiskeys probably might have been
I get a little bit more of the 3129. That's not very
I can do some shitty dancing tonight. I can't do golf.
Yeah.
I joined a gym, not at like a regular gym, not like Export, but like a
Planet
It's
Fitness.
called Chicago Strength, so you just go there. It's almost. I
Is
don't
that the
wanna
one that's on the corner right across the street from the McDonald's? So you work out at that gym?
No,
and then
that
you
would be very convenient.
Just like, gotta get a quarterback.
Can we, let's go ahead.
This isn't far though. It's right next to the Belmont Blue Line stop.
Oh, okay.
It's not necessarily CrossFit, but they do a lot of different stuff. You just come in, there's a class, they give you the exercises, and I was like, all right. A lot of Sarah's friends do it, and they really like it. And I was like, I'm gonna try this out. So we got a month-long membership. I've gone 1 day, and today's the first day I can get out of my bed without screaming.
Wow.
I'm not even like my body is
Wow.
so blown to shit. I mean, it's like.
You did say you're blown up earlier.
I legitimately mean this. Like I
No,
consider
no joke,
myself
yeah.
a very in shape person.
Not if you're not. But there's different.
But this is exactly
It's
because I
completely
did core power yoga like 2 weeks ago, and my body was sore from this.
Everybody
This
loved that story, by the way.
This I came into
Is it circuits or?
Still, yeah, it's like a circuit. It's a circuit, and man, I mean, dude, it's all in my lower back and it's all in my thighs right now, and I'm so sore.
Yeah,
so
It's
sore.
already half full.
It's fucking ridiculous. We do kettlebell workouts.
I'm not to cut you off, but to bring it back is I'll never forget the day that I started doing lifts, or lifting weights. Yeah. And I did legs for the first day.
Because I'm not a weight person.
The first day I ever did legs.
Yeah.
I remember walking in high school in physics class, and my buddy Derek looking at me and like, "What happened to you last night?" I could barely sit or stand. Or move.
I can't. I'm afraid if I do something too fast, I'm gonna tear something.
The other thing I'll never forget is the day Chris came. Like first, I was like, "Hey." So I used to work out a buddy. He was doing roids, and he had a lot of he honestly had a lot of roid rage. Mm-hmm. So and it was like we were in a situation where we were either gonna fight or just we couldn't be around each other. So I remember that day that it was done. And I was like, Chris, would you mind coming and working out with me? Because I've always been a guy who likes to work out with somebody, like somebody to just shoot, talk with, whatever. Yep. And he's like, okay, yeah, listen, I'll do a couple days. And I'll never the first day he felt like, oh yeah, dude, I'm good. Like this is easy.
Pansy.
And I'm like, Chris, calm down, take your time, because tomorrow's not gonna be good.
No fucking chance. I remember much differently the first part of the story, but we're doing chest, and Peter puts 25s on each side, and I'm like sitting here, we've done 4 sets before this. The bar comes down, and the bar ain't going back up. And now you look at it, it's I can pump out 25 15 to 20 times, no problem.
Yeah.
Here I'm just here for the love of God, get your ass over here. I can't get it back up.
I remember I used to work out with Frank and I had the same thing. But the worst I ever did was I did a couple of CrossFit classes. And
that's what this kind of is.
Oh man, I made a mistake. I ate a little bit probably within an hour.
I remember.
I'm middle of the thing. I gotta stop for a second, and I went and just puked my brains out
telling me about
and
that.
ran back into the. I didn't finish the workout, but I was like, it ain't gonna. It's coming back up.
One of my favorite things to do in the world are those kind of circuit. Like me and Chris on Fridays, we do kettlebell.
I'll do
workouts. I mean, it gets your heart rate up. And stuff.
I'll do high interval hit stuff like circuits, but I've always been a body weight kind of guy. I've never really pushed weights, and now this is the first time weights are involved, or I'm doing exercises I've never done before.
Yes.
It started with these jumps, almost I don't know what you'd call them. They said make it explosive, so you just jump off both feet, land on both feet, and you do it for 30 yards. Then there was a ski thing. There was some rowing, which I'm very used to. There was some running, and then the weight stuff was weighted box jumps or weighted. There was this wall walk thing where you're supposed to walk your feet against the wall and then into a handstand and then come back down. You had to do that in repetition. But as I got to the end of the class, because I was fucking dying and I couldn't do it, I was watching people. I'm like, oh, people are breaking it up. They're I gotta do X number. They would say you gotta do 16, and I'm like, all right, 16. So I would try and push out 16 reps of that thing.
No, just I got 4.
And I was like, yeah. But then I would see people break it up, and I was like, oh, they make it way more. There's a method to it. Again, it's like doing a new thing for the first time. There's a method to it. You gotta
Joe's
figure it out.
He did the wall crawl headstand things. Can I get my
I was
1 month membership back, please? I want to cancel it right now.
I'm about to crown myself with the ground. I'm just gonna drop.
You know what's the best though? Chris had trouble speaking there. I was like, at least okay. So Chris is having trouble speaking.
I was thinking about what I wanted to say.
Do you want to announce the second beer, Peter?
Yeah.
Hey, Peter, jeez, what's taking you so long, man? I mean, we're talking, but Jesus, get it out.
Can you just start interrupting people?
Just spit it out.
You know Pat's drunk when he's directing traffic. He's like, hey, you go there, you go there, you go there. Let's talk.
Hey, stop talking.
Stop talking. So I'm not gonna lie. The Torch Pilsner by Foothills again. So this is a whole box of Foothill.
Everything's coming from.
Yes, and this is legend has it. Well over a century ago,
Should we get 2 more?
citizens of Western Bohemia grew so dissatisfied with their beer, they dumped it in the streets. So a new style evolved in the city of Pilsen, combining the soft local water with pale malts and earthy hops. And the Bohemians were pleased. Our Pilsner adheres closely to the original style, because we like happy Bohemians.
Bohemians?
It's possible.
Bohemians.
I don't know.
Like Bohemian
I have
Rhapsody.
a question.
Bohemians.
Yeah, Bohemians.
Got it.
I have
Got
a
it.
question.
Feel
In
free.
your description of reading this,
Yes, go ahead. And it's not that good. I'm not gonna lie. I don't
Joe,
like Bohemians.
real quick,
Not
Joe,
enjoy
real
this
quick. There are two different breweries. The one's in North Carolina, the other one's in Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
you gotta
thought this
push
was
it.
all the
You
same.
gotta
Okay.
push it.
So
I don't
reading
really-
this,
Yeah.
Well, actually, yeah.
citizens of Western Bohemia grew so dissatisfied with their beer, they dumped it in the streets. So this is
This is the one they made.
Pilsen's
after.
a city in. Well, it's a city of Pilsen, so
Yeah,
this
so
is not
it's-
Chicago.
No,
this
no,
is,
no, yeah.
Okay.
So,
I just
yeah.
don't imagine people pouring beer out into the streets.
No, not at all. That's got to be exaggerated. For sure.
I appreciate the story,
Prohibition.
but I call bullshit.
There's a picture. So on YouTube, I watched this is so random, but I watched a picture of like the 92 historical photos that most people have never seen, and there's a pyramid of alcohol that they set on fire, and they just the Prohibition guys watched, and it was insane. Like it was like a mountain, like all the barrels that they just unfortunately set on fire.
Yeah. Of these two, though, I would prefer the good ship wit.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
I'm not the biggest fan.
Did you
of
say
this.
shit or ship?
Ship, like a ship on the water.
All right, so do we want to get
Depending if you're on Lake Michigan, you could see
Now we
shit
can
on
save
the
the other two
water.
for next week.
You could, yeah, we could definitely save the.
probably
burial
good.
one.
Probably
Yeah,
good idea.
we'll save it for next time.
Probably a wise idea.
We're
Yeah.
we're at 45 minutes, by the way. Just
That's
so heads
insane.
up.
Is that a combined 45 or?
Can we get to Peter's grind his gear?
Okay, so this is probably not the best time to be bringing this up, but
No, it's perfect time.
Yeah, you
45
can't-
minutes in, we got everything going.
Are we gonna bring
yes.
the conversation we had earlier into this one now?
yes, yeah, no,
Okay.
this is my grandma gear, like, and it's not. I don't want to get political on it, but I think
Oh,
this
Lord.
He's like, y'all never shut the fuck up and keep interrupting me. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna check out for 5 minutes.
No, I don't. Okay, so you could, Chris, you're gonna be the barometer.
I'd love to hear
Right.
this. I'd love to hear this.
You can let me know if we're going too
We can
far.
always
or too
edit it
far.
out if it goes
Yes,
too far.
but and I don't. This isn't. It's not a political issue for me, but it's just with the. My grandma gear is. We look at what's going on with Afghanistan. And it's just it sucks. It's sad, and there's a few reasons it's not great because I'll never forget the day that we invaded, Afghanistan after 9/11. Like I'll
Yeah.
never forget 9/11, and I'll never forget the day that we were like George Bush was like, let's go, like we're gonna go get them.
Or when they declared victory 17 years ago.
Yeah, and
They have weapons of mass destruction.
well that was Iraq. I think.
Oh, that was Iraq. I apologize.
But I do, I was thinking about it because I saw like I've not read much into
Yes,
it,
this
so
is the
I
other
could
issue,
be
yeah.
coming into this
Yeah.
very blind and naive. But for the snippets that I've seen, I wonder if a lot of it is perception because I've
Well,
talked to a
they-
couple people who were out there like with
Yeah.
the military. And a lot of them say you can't listen to what the media
No, I get that.
because there's such a spin. He goes, a lot of people didn't want us there to begin with, which makes me wonder if a lot of people
Okay.
there are very happy
That's-
with what's
that's- yeah.
going
No,
on.
no,
the
that's
two,
what
the
they
two
say.
big stories right now is that the second and third largest city in
Which-
the country have fallen to Taliban rule.
Yes, and
Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair, Joe. I get what you're saying, but and I did read what is going on, and you're right. It's like, unfortunately, the the government isn't like, it's not. It's very poor. It can't pay the military, and so it's very limited.
Yeah.
So and the Taliban it's got a lot of money, and it's funded very well, and it's buying weapons like
And the Taliban's origins come from the U.S.
yes, it does.
Well, also, I mean, the U.S. announced a troop withdrawal, and now
Yes.
Yeah,
and now
maybe.
they just announced today that they're going to send 5,000 more troops back.
So, but and where I get upset at is we've been there for 20 years. We've lost countless number of young men
Yeah.
and men that have come back that are
Yeah.
mentally.
Even if you went there and survived and not get killed, you are
The
mentally
problem- and the-
has-
yes, because the problem is
this
it-
rewrote the landscape of war.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
like how Vietnam changed guerrilla and introduced guerrilla warfare. This
Yeah.
is a completely new style of
Well, I
warfare.
mean, the problem with like Afghanistan is like we've had the French go in there, the British have gone in there,
Russia's gone
the
in
Russians
there.
gone in there,
Yeah.
and now we went in there, and you know what? They've won all of them. They're the same people through all of it.
Yes, but like when you look at it, you're like,
They're like,
what did
"Come
we
on,
do
try."
for 20 years?
I-
And it's like, and then so do you go back and say no? After this, we're not going to let the Taliban, like, take over. But then at the same time, it's like, listen, we America has its own issues. We should be spending the money in America.
Yeah.
So that's what's frustrating. It grinds my gears because it just frustrates me.
We try to be the world police, but then we don't fix issues here.
Yeah,
we can't fix anything here. Really.
No.
I think I was okay. So this makes me think of something. So someone that when we went to the wedding, 2 weeks ago. Thank you. Someone there now lives in Europe, and she lives in
Switzerland.
Switzerland. Thank you. But you think of the size of the U.S.
It is huge.
It's enormous because people talk about
That's true.
These countries like. I think Sweden has a lot going on with like the mental health stuff that they're doing.
But
they have people that are the size of Chicago. Their country is the size of Chicago.
Well, that's what I'm trying to explain. Yeah. Is that people compare the U.S. and say it's this great country and it's enormous and this, but I mean it is very much in comparison to the EU where you can't compare countries like Ireland, Great Britain, Greece, France.
Where all 4 of them can fit inside Texas.
Yeah. It's like there's
God bless you,
there's a level of it's just, and I wonder if because I've been thinking about this a lot. I wonder if it's just it's too big. It's
America,
too big.
or what are you talking about?
Yeah, America. Like it's just too big. It's gone bust. Like at this point, there's a point where you can't control everything. You can't, or not control. Control's the wrong word, but you can't like help everyone because it's just too big.
No, but I mean,
there's
we
too
can save
much.
some of that money.
I'm not sure if people live in England, but I mean, England is the size of like one of like smaller than Illinois, I think.
No, I get what Joe's saying.
But I'm saying England is many people live in England. Like I may look it up on how many people live in England.
But
I just feel like to fix a lot of this.
No, but you could. But no, you're right.
Or
we
we
could
start fixing a lot of this. I don't know what the answer is, but
we could bring. So the point is, like, we're wasting a lot of money in it. Like,
Yeah.
on the war, not even really fixing it. We're just on a war.
Yeah.
And so we can
You're
use
wasting a lot of resources overseas that you
we
could
could
possibly
possibly
use
use.
here.
And you're right, we're not going to fix everything in America for sure.
And
That's
on
not possible. But because it's just too big, and there's too many fighting, competing efforts. Yeah.
And on the closed door side of stuff, a lot of people say the whole reason we went there was for oil. Like,
so
it's like
does Afghanistan have oil?
No, what? No, Afghanistan was.
No, but
Iraq was oil.
It was like a foothold into.
Yes, but we
kind
wanted
of
to get.
thing.
We're gonna get
Afghanistan's for the poppy
Just like
seeds so
when we
can make our
wanted to
own
get
heroin.
just like
Love
with
heroin.
like the whole North Korean thing, like it's a foothold into China. Like
Yes.
it's all strategic.
We wanted to be sitting in there. Yeah, but then
Yeah.
and also it's just like we never. I feel like we're an amazing country, but sometimes we do really silly things, and I feel like Joe Biden was a political like, hey, we're gonna get out of here, and like we just kind of didn't.
Well, they
do it
started
right.
withdrawing in Trump's thing. When
Yes,
they started withdrawing.
yeah.
And they've been trying to withdraw forever.
And it just, it's a grind my gear, and only the fact that we spent 20 years there, and it feels like we probably.
I feel like when someone gives their life to the country,
yeah,
you want it to mean something.
Yes.
And I feel like, if we 20 years later we're in the same situation we were 20 years ago, like
why
do we send our troops?
Yeah.
That's such a long time.
Yeah.
Think about it. We were in grade school when.
Yes. Yeah.
Think about how long Vietnam was. And
it's
now,
like 5 years.
Yeah, and now compare it to. It's basically the same situation where it's like
World War II was like 5 years.
Yeah, but you know what? It was crazy.
World War
II was 5 years when we were in it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But you know what? You know, soldiers were in in Vietnam, you had to do 1 year. You had to do from boot camp all the way through your term in Vietnam. You had to do 1 year. In World War II, these guys the world stopped for 5 years for a bunch of 18-year-olds to 20. That's insane.
The main workforce was women.
Yes.
They stopped using so much metal and stuff because they were.
It was rational.
But there were wooden bumpers, like on cars. It was wooden bumpers.
Yeah.
That's
where do you think you remember the old station wagons that had like the wooden vinyl? Like that's where it came from. Like that's it was stuff like that was legitimately made out of wood.
I mean, you screw a bumper, new bumper on. We're good, baby. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Keep going.
There you go. But that was my. I mean, and Chris, you didn't have a grind my gear?
No,
Chris had a feel-good story.
I have a couple of feel-good stories, but do we? I'm trying to think what kind of where we want to go.
Do we try the other 3 whiskeys to see how it goes now?
No. Joe really looks like he's about. Joe's eyes.
I just finished my 3rd whiskey. I've been like milking it, letting the water dilute it so that it wouldn't have that bite.
So then, so let's get into because I haven't seen Joe all week. How was your week, Joe?
It was good. I had. I mean, other than it was busy, but work-wise. But other than that, Yeah, I did that class Wednesday, and my body's still fucking recovered. Like, I rolled out
that's wild.
the last couple days, and it's the only thing it's the only thing that saved. And I've been making sure to get at least 8 hours of sleep. But like honestly, even now, getting out of my car just to like come in here, I was like, oh god, it's so painful. Like I can't function. I'm like, this is what it's gonna be like to be 80. Oh, honestly, that's what I think about. Like I see the way I'm moving now, and I'm like, oh, this is how my uncle moves or something. You know what I mean? Like this is what life's gonna be.
But I think,
good lord, this is why I want to work out now, so I don't get to that.
There you go, and that's how just mobility, flexibility is a huge thing. Knees over toe guy. Have you seen that?
I have, yeah.
I'm all into that. Like
which is so funny because that was the thing you always heard of. Never extend your knees over your toes,
and it's a lie.
Yeah,
it's an absolute lie, dude. Everything that like a lot of things that we've learned as kids, were lies, which is kind of crazy.
Yes,
Santa Claus.
So knees over toes.
I
was gonna go religious, but I was just joking. Just kidding.
A little religious.
A little bit, yes. Well, that's true. Chris, how was your week? It was great. You're a little quiet. When it gets serious, Chris gets insanely quiet.
Chris is very upset that he didn't get the whiskeys right.
No, and I'm not upset by that at all. It's just like when you guys talk about the news, I don't pay attention to the news anymore. It's like I literally absolutely hate looking at like the news or anything because all it is just Debbie Downer stuff.
I don't watch it. Yeah,
that's for the big news of the day that I am banking now on Justin Fields going first in our draft to the Bears team, so I can get Christian McCaffrey. That's what I'm really banking on.
Not gonna happen.
You know, so what's worse than guys talking about their golf game is guys talking about fantasy football.
Yes.
But I'm not gonna lie to you though. This year I'm determined to be better than what I was last year. So I've been doing a lot of YouTube searching, baby.
I want to make
Peter Pick's right behind me.
I want to make a promise.
We had two solid years last year.
I want to make a promise to the people that.
You're not going to quit before the season starts?
I will make a pick'ems every week.
I will pick'ems every week.
We should maybe throw it out to. We're thinking about it. We might throw it out to some fans of the Saturday Night Pregame podcast. We do a pick'ems where every week you choose from 16 to 1, 16 being the most confidence. This is a confidence pool.
Yeah.
And
not an elimination confidence pool though.
Yeah.
Not a what?
Elimination confidence pool.
No.
So like in Vegas you can do like $300.
Eliminations where you get to like pick a team that's like a lock every week, and if you get it wrong, you're out of the pool pretty much.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Like that you guarantee they're going to win that week.
Where are we
you
at?
pick a different team every week.
Where are we at time-wise, bud?
57 minutes.
Oh, perfect. So I think this is a good time to, because I mean we've gone fun, drinking, getting wild to sad, depressing, back to I want to hear Chris's. Wait, did anybody have any good stories from the week? Because I made Chris listen to Tuesdays with Stories with Mark Norman and Joel List.
Mm-hmm. Jesus. Those guys drop the words that I wish I could drop on this podcast.
they get away with it.
Yes, they get away with it. I need to be on that podcast. Those guys drop the words that I need to drop.
I feel like it's only a New York thing. You don't hear LA comedians do it at all.
You can't say the C word at all. And they're just, or in queef, I love queef. Like, it's the best.
They use the R word.
They use the F word.
Yes.
Yeah, they use the F word. They use all the words that you grew up using.
Matt Damon just got canceled because he says the F word. And
what?
He's not canceled.
Well,
no, but it wasn't.
Quick question. I'm going to drop this word, and we may need to bleep it. But can you still say jag off?
I think you can. That's how he jerks off, right? That's what
you say. Jag or jack off?
Jag off.
The G.
Yes.
like the Jag movie.
Yeah,
I think as long as it's not racial or
we'll
referring
we'll float it out before the podcast starts.
I'm trying to think if there's any good stories this week. Did I do anything that was besides Pat screwing me in when we were taking furniture from his place? I didn't have anything really kind of crazy this week.
I got you some tile though, so
we did do tile. There was really nothing crazy this week.
What's Chris's feel good story that he was talking about earlier?
So my feel good story is I'm on YouTube's. I watch Richard Rollins and Gas Monkey Garage. So this is a little plug for their little YouTube channel and everything.
Our 20 fans who listen.
Yeah.
Go listen up. Go
Clearly
watch.
the clear competition, Chris. I don't know if that should be...
Wait, we gotta talk about that too.
We're coming for you.
Clear competition. But, so, he literally got wind of some guy in Texas that was in court and was going to get evicted from his his apartment. And so he saw this like clip, like everybody kept saying to him. He saw it on the news. It was running rampant on the news about this guy.
Is this clip a sad story for something? Like, did he have extended?
So the guy literally had some like
he's not just like a deadbeat.
He got COVID, but then he also had some like issues where like he almost had like like some like intestinal issue where like
So there was a lot going against.
So and he was trying to find work.
He was out of the ordinary.
Yes, and he was trying to work with the landlord, trying to get like everything back and everything. So like all these clips came up about this guy and like they got back to Richard Rawlings because the guy was wearing a Gas Monkey T-shirt in court.
Okay.
And like this guy was trying to get him evicted. He owed a bunch of money. So literally all Richard Rawlings is doing is sees this guy, sees the clip. He's like, find this guy. Give me this guy's number. Give me the lawyer. Give me the landlord. Just get me in contact with somebody so I can rectify the situation, make everybody whole.
Yeah.
So literally, you watch this clip and he's got like all of his like social media people pretty much just like calling numbers, scouring the internet for telephone numbers for everybody, calling numbers. Eventually, he gets a hold of the landlord. The landlord gives him the number. He calls this guy. He contacts the guy. He's like, listen, I want to make this right. I'm going to get you caught up on your rent. So he's like, I'm going to work this out. So like he calls this guy on like a Friday afternoon. Like he talks to the guy, tells him what he's going to do, calls the guy. And calls the guy. He's like, listen, I got this situation rectified. I talked to the guy's lawyer. I talked to this guy. I talked to the judge. I got your rent paid up. I also paid your rent through the end of the year to 12/31.
That's huge.
So like now you can save money. You can get your finances in order. Get your shit together.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's a real situation. I talked to everybody involved. I understand what was going on. And like this is the crazy thing because all of us are like landlords. So like he's like, it's a real situation. So like I want to go above and beyond that. I'm going to give you $2,500 extra on top of paying his rent, his back rent, getting him all caught up. And he's like, I'm also giving $2,500 to the landlord because it's just a shit situation. Like, you can't, like, you got tenants that are who aren't able to pay rent, who are just not able to make ends meet. And to give, like, 25, like, so it was like a nice story to hear, like, he paid this guy's rent, got him caught up, gave him extra $2,500. And he's like, it's a shit situation for that guy, too, because...
That's a guy that knows.
Where I don't think, because a lot of people, like, the eviction has been pushed out.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people understand that, like, yes, there are big corporations, but there are a lot of mom and pops that are doing landlords. And they're paying their mortgage with their tenants.
Yep.
And it is at times tough for them, too. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not
it's this ambiguous, faceless thing that owns this building, and you're like, they got to be rich. And it's not always the case, A lot of people.
But the other problem is, though, there's been a lot of things out there, and renters should. Personally, it's food comes first.
Yep.
Then your place to live, and then everything else after that. Yeah. So you should have enough money to eat, and if you don't have enough money to eat, then rent whatever it is, what it is. But as long as you're fed well, then you rent, and then you can do other things. Is how I would look at life, and. I don't think a lot of people look at it that way. I think it's always, all right, well, rent's going to, hopefully we can find rent at the end of the month. And it's like,
you were in the washroom when it happened. The guy was having health issues.
I get that too. Yeah.
He had COVID, he had some like intestinal issue that was like causing him not being able to work.
How did you hear about the guy?
He was on the news and people kept saying it, and then like they saw like when they got the clip, he was wearing a Gas Monkey T-shirt in court. So
I definitely have a couple feel goods. One is, and this actually goes to what Joe, like we were talking about exercise and stuff, is people who are depressed, they have found that working out is huge. Yeah. Huge. It takes it reduces your depression, like it fights your depression off. Yeah. Because you start to change your body.
Working out's like a good thing for a lot of mental things, like anxiety, stress.
Working out, yeah. Yeah, but because we're supposed to be active beings.
It's got no downsides.
Yes, but no. So why that is there are more and more research coming out that like, hey, we've all said it, we thought it was right, but like there's actual research to back it to say, hey, guys, if you have depression, like walks, like a little bit of workout 3 times a week is going to change your mental and the other thing is sleep. like getting the right amount of sleep.
Yeah, sleep is important. Yeah.
The other one. This is crazy. This is we all. Well, not all of us, but me, Joe, Chris. We have dogs, and there's nothing like a love like when you come home. Like my boxer, there's nothing like more satisfying. Like you could have one of the worst days of your life, and you come home and that dog is
You just headbutt you right in the nuts, and you're like, you got.
She shakes, and how much anticipation just to see you, and like sometimes that helps a lot. And there was a dog in it was Alabama, and this dog had been gone. Like unfortunately, got away for like 3 weeks, and like got off its collar and just left, and they couldn't find it. The husband was trying to find it, and they looked every day for 3 weeks. And this lady works at Walmart. The dog ended up coming to the Walmart 3 weeks later, gets into the Walmart, like dips, dodge, ducks, dips, dodge from people to get to the counter where the lady was working.
And his owner?
Yes, the owner.
Wow.
Insane. She's like, I don't remember the dog's name, but let's say it's Bella. Like, Bella? And the dog's like, hey, I'm ready to go home. Like, that whole 3 weeks outside.
That 3 week vacation was great for done.
Go home, please.
Yeah.
I won't take my collar off again. Just take me home, feed me.
I had to eat a couple of rats. I don't want to talk about it.
God.
I want to go home. And the dog was in great shape for 3 weeks.
That's
so somebody was
awesome.
probably feeding it,
Yeah,
but couldn't catch it. So, but people who were in Walmart trying to get this dog, they're scared out of their mind, and the dog was just trying to get to
Its owner. That's so awesome.
And you just think about that's the type of love like you can only hope for.
Yeah.
I was coming home from Menards the other day. I saw a lady get dragged by her dog for like half a block.
Like
that all the time.
holding it? Or?
Yeah. She was holding it, but the dog's like she's like trying to pull back.
Yeah.
Like no, we're still going.
There's a guy by our uncle's house. He's like, this guy's got to be like 85 years old, and he walks his dog. God bless him. He gets out of the house, walks the dog, but this dog is literally maybe about like 30 pounds, and this dog just drags him up and down.
This dog wasn't that big. This dog was like spunky size, maybe like a little smaller. Like
this dog is tiny.
No,
this girl like dragged half a block, and the dog like was chasing something, a rabbit, and stopped, and she's like looking at him like finally the dog's like what?
Dude, you know what's crazy is how close we're getting to wildlife. Like in like it's suburbia, like Chicago even. My uncle's house, we're driving in on Thursday. There's a huge coyote. Chris, like, what is that? And, like, there's a coyote right next to like his
mailboxes.
Like
the mailboxes across the street.
Yeah, when I was
and you gotta be real careful.
My parents.
There were like 7 rabbits in my yard last
year. Sometimes I'll leave my parents and I'll see coyotes or foxes around there because of the forest preserve. But they're like getting. I think because of COVID, like a lot of this stuff started like getting a little more, out there because
also,
it wasn't
years
much
ago,
traffic.
had the bright idea to release coyotes to kill the deer population.
Oh.
Some coyotes don't eat deers.
Yes, and
they find them too big, so
they
go
well, because they also have insane amount of like. The amount of rats they can eat is
why would you chase a deer when you get smaller raccoons or rats or whatever? Yeah, squirrels.
That's wild.
And I mean, if you hear from good one, Joe.
Unintended.
If you listen, Joe Rogan talks about this all the time, is that coyotes, like if you kill one coyote, every night they do a roll call. So if one is dead, like one doesn't
show whoopie. Hey.
If they don't check in, the females immediately go into heat, and then so they can have more. So it's worse to kill the coyotes than it is, because if you kill one, they go into heat and they have a pup of 30. So it's better you have to either kill the whole family or
you gotta go medieval on that.
You gotta go like
time.
Like FBI level hit squad of just getting all of them at once. Like anytime they make arrests, it's like we gotta hit them all at the same time.
The SWAT teams,
otherwise,
we're going in.
And so they just corral every single like police department and stuff. And then they all hit everyone at once. It's the same thing you got to do with the coyotes.
In Canada, there's only one known fatal attack from coyotes to humans, and it was in Canada. It was this promising singer. She was just out in the wood, and the worst part. You know what's the worst part about coyotes?
Alanis Morissette.
Yes.
The worst part of dying by coyote.
They eat you by the butthole.
They go ass first.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out! Really?
That's the worst part about being killed by hyenas. They don't if you watch. You know how hyenas kill you? They take like males.
Hyenas killing things lately.
They take your balls out first, and then they go butthole.
Oh,
like so you're not dead.
That's why
So they're like Johnny's 5 in that one
lions
movie?
go for like the nape of the neck
Yes,
and just
they're,
kill you.
They're at least nice about it. Like yes,
Yeah,
bears are the
those
other.
civilized wild animals.
That's the problem with bears too. They go in trail first.
They go right up the booty hole.
And on that beautiful note, boys.
What else we got to talk about? That's the podcast.
yeah, I think it's about to end it.
But animals eating buttholes. Great.
Listen, hey Pat, they'd eat you head first because you're just an ass of a person.
Wait, can I? So we're not gonna end
that
that.
was uncalled for.
I wish it ended on that. That was pretty good.
That's what I'm trying to do.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie, I missed it. So I can't wait to listen to that good part. No, this is. We'll end on a little bit of happy note. Joe, have you listened to like a lot of podcasts this week? Like, I found weird is Miss Pat was she's on everybody's podcast.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
So I just started listening to one with her and Bobby Lee.
Mm-hmm.
And Miss Pat she doesn't need any of our 20 fans, which we love and thank you. But she's insanely funny.
Yeah.
And I think that would be my recommendation for the week. Do some homework. Go listen to Pat. We listened to Miss Pat for 5 minutes on Tiger Belly. I had to turn it off because I was laughing so hard. Like I couldn't work because she's just insanely funny.
Yeah.
So that's the work for this week here, Chris. All right.
Not a chance.
Get your shit together.
No.
But listen, thank you again for joining us here. It started out real hot. We got a little serious, and we ended it with
real hot again.
Animals eating butts. So on that note, we want to thank you. If you're a first-time listener, please like, subscribe, give us a 5-star rating. 4 is okay. 3, just don't do it.
Put it in the back and save it for later.
Yeah. Go to like one of those. Go to Joe Rogan, give him a 3-star. We're on YouTube now, so please go check us out, subscribe, like. Let's build these numbers. Again, thank you, DLM Tax and Accounting. We truly appreciate the support on getting this beautiful podcast up and running. Have a great week. Hopefully you guys had a wonderful Saturday. Tomorrow night, if you're in Wrigley, we're going to be at the Green Day concert. Hella Mega Tour. We didn't even talk about that. So that's going to be definitely on the docket for next week. Check us out at Podcast S&P on Twitter and Instagram. You can reach us at the S&P Podcast at gmail.com. The website is coming very soon, Chris. So I know you're looking forward to it.
Bated breath.
Where you can get your t-shirts, baby. Hey, Chris?
Hey, tell them we're on the YouTubes. Bye!